What do you do when facing a challenge? What is your response when the task you need to do seems too daunting? The problem is too big to find the solution. Since the car accident, I had to face these questions every single day. And it was not easy, especially the first several years when I had to learn to live without legs and one functional arm. But the determination to overcome those challenges taught me such valuable lessons. I can't wait to share that with you. And, a few days ago, when I had to make my bed, I spontaneously decided to make a video about it to inspire others, to inspire you who took the time to watch this video, to not run away from challenges in life, but to overcome them. And maybe even inspire you to do something that you thought you couldn't do. Enjoy it.
These kind of situations remind me uh, like 2001 or so. Actually, it reminds me 2000, that year when I got into the car accident, where I lost both of my legs and my left arm was paralyzed, and how the mindset in everybody's head, everybody's mind was that I can no longer do things. I just cannot because I'm missing my legs, and my arm is also um, paralyzed. So, and we acted accordingly. We acted according to our belief that Inga um, can no longer do things that she wants to do. I could not take care of myself. Uh, I could not dress. I could not make meals. Um, I could not do anything. And my mom was doing everything for me. She would stay with me in the hospitals, and she stayed with me in the prosthetic center when I wanted to walk with prosthetic legs, to learn to walk with prosthetic legs. And she was with me because I needed care. I needed somebody to help me get up in the morning, sit up from a lying position, um, dress, make something to eat. And so she was there for me, taking care of me, basically. And it's interesting, how we all act um, according to our beliefs. When I realized that I can do actually more, everything has changed. Everything has changed. I learned to walk with prosthetic legs. Uh, I was told in the beginning when I came to the center. So professor told me that in my physical condition, which is not having both legs and missing even the knees, and when I can control only one arm, they said it's not doable. You cannot walk. You will not be able to walk. And so I said, what do you mean I cannot walk? What do you mean? Let me try. Give me a chance. I will do whatever it takes to learn to walk. That was interesting. And so he did. He gave me a chance. They invited me to the center, and I did learn to walk. And and so there was a kind of like showcasing time when variety of specialists came to watch how I walk with prosthetic legs, because many staff, center staff, they could not believe. So they wanted to see. So I showed them, I walked, and there were many congratulations and a lot of impressions. You know, people were happy, and I, of course, I felt such victory, such accomplishment. And then at some point, when I went back into the room, uh, and I just was thinking, you know, about the morning and how I it was, you know, a moment of victory to show those who did not believe me, those who told me that I would never be able to walk, to show them that you cannot tell anybody what they can do or what they cannot do. Um, we must not act according to other people's beliefs, other people's theories, other people's opinions. We must act according to our belief, our faith. And I'm just like, now when I'm thinking, what would have happened if I just took the no as an answer and I would just hold it as truth? Thank God I didn't. Thank God I didn't. And then, you know, as I laying in bed, I'm thinking, wait a minute. I just did this morning what professors and specialists who know very well about prosthetics and the human physiques and, you know, if I proved them wrong, I did what they told me I would not be able to do. So why in the world am I still asking my mom to help me to sit up from a lying position? Why am I asking my mom to help me to dress up and like to do things? And you know, that moment something happened. You know, that moment my beliefs in me have changed. Some shift has happened in my mind. What I thought was possible before, I thought I was not able to sit up, to roll over in bed, to transfer into the wheelchair, to dress up. I thought I couldn't do it because I have only a functional arm. But now this thing that I have achieved challenged my beliefs. And you know, that shift made a radical change in my life. I began finding ways to do things independently. I began doing things independently. I even asked my mom not to help me. I said, please, mom, don't help me to sit up. Don't help me to turn over. Don't help me to dress. I don't want, um, it's not like I don't want your help, but I want to learn. I have to learn to do it myself. And so my mom, she had a hard time not helping, because immediately, you know, as soon as I needed something, she would just jump right away to help me. And so it took a little training, you know, a little while for her to get used to it. But I trained myself. I train myself how to sit up, how to roll over in bed, how to dress up, And that's the thing that since then I began becoming independent. And that was my ultimate goal, becoming independent, becoming unstoppable. And that one shift in my mind, it brought me from not being able to roll over in bed or sit up from a lying position to walking with prosthetic legs to traveling across the globe to California and learning to walk with American prosthetic legs or prosthetic legs that were made by American specialists and do every activity that local prosthetic specialists said I would never be able to do. I was able to sit down and stand up by myself. I was able to put them on with my one arm. I was able to ascend and descend stairs. I was able even to lay down on the floor and get back up. I was taught that by my prosthetic specialist and physical therapist in case I would fall so that I would be able to get back up. I was able to, like my dream was to put on prosthetic legs to stand up and walk, and I was able to do it. My biggest dream, which was impossible, I was able to put them on with my one hand, to dress up, to stand up and walk and go wherever I wanted. And then furthermore, that one mind shift enabled me to act upon the inspiration, seeing the opportunity, and I traveled again from Lithuania across the globe to California to establish my life here. Even though I did not have home, I did not have money, I did not have a job, even potential job, I did not even have the right to live and work in America. But I had a dream and I had God's promise. And I knew that since the Lord was directed me to do it, he will bless me. But from what I needed to do was to have that unstoppable spirit, to have that unstoppable determination. And I was able to do everything in that physical condition. I lived for over, I think, about 10 years by myself on my own. And I was able to do everything independently. Uh, of course, there are things that I cannot physically, but what I am saying is the beliefs matter. The beliefs that are in our mind, they direct us. They either enable us or disable us. Only just simply changing my belief of what I was able to do or what I thought I'm able to do changed so many things. From being completely dependent on my mom to traveling across the globe and living on my own. And I worked at the Disability Services and Legal Center as public relations and volunteer coordinator, and I love my job. I worked there for 13 years. Now I don't work anymore, but well, now I'm on a new mission. So I wanted to inspire you. Like I knew I need to put this bit together. It's quite a challenge. But doing that challenge, I thought, why not to film the video, to inspire other people, to inspire maybe even those who think they cannot do things, to inspire them to check their beliefs, check your beliefs, what you think you can and what you think you cannot, and challenge yourself. Challenges is something that I really love, and it really empowered me and brought me far away from where I was right after the car accident. When I challenged myself to do something that I thought I couldn't do, when I challenged myself to do something that is not done with one hand and no legs, something that requires physical strength and both hands or both legs, I still challenge myself to do it on my own. So, and once I change that mindset, winning, winning that challenge, overcoming the obstacle, I had a victory in life. So, with that note, I will continue putting my bed together. And if you have something to share, from your own experience, what empowers you to be unstoppable, please share in your comments. I would love to read you. Or if you face some challenges and you don't know how to overcome, please write down and I will see if I can help you in any way. Either way, I would love your comments and feedback. So, okay, so I need to put this back together. So I'm glad that we have washer. Um, we have this machine at home, so I can do laundry at home. But when I used to live in apartments, and like an apartment complex, to wash your clothes, you had to go to a like laundry room, right, where everybody washes. And so I would put, in a plastic bag, I would put dirty clothes or sheets, whatever that was, and I would put them in the, I would hang them on the side here, my wheelchair, and then that's how I would go to the to the laundry room, and it brings a smile.
It took me about 40 or 50 minutes or so to make the bed. Of course, I made it shorter. I don't expect you to watch me the entire hour making the bed, and the changing the summer cover to winter cover added a little bit more time than usually, but normally it takes me about 45 minutes or so to make the bed. And yes, I know it's wild when you think how long it takes me to make the bed. Of course, it would be much easier and faster to just ask my friend with whom I reside to help. But I decided early on that I wanted to do everything myself rather than ask others. Even if I had to do it differently, even if it would take me longer, I wanted to do it myself. And besides, my friend that day was at work, and so she wasn't even there to help me. And I did not want to wait until she returned, so I just wanted to do it myself. And, it comes that desire to do it myself, that determination. Maybe somebody can read it as stubbornness, but that would be more like determination. I just decided that that's just how I'm gonna do it. I will be, before I ask somebody's help, I see how can I do it myself, period. And it comes, from those times when after the car accident, I was not able to do anything. As I mentioned in my video, I was not even able to turn over in my bed or to sit up from a lying position. I was not able to transfer from the chair into the car or from the chair, from the bed into the wheelchair. I was not able to dress. I could not do anything, and I hated it. I hated it with passion. I couldn't wait to become self-sufficient again. Often when I hear people complaining about things that they need to do, I look at them and, I think to myself, you have no idea how blessed you are that you are actually able to do it. Be grateful that not only that you have to, but you can do it. You get to do it instead of have to. When you think about things that you need to do, if you think about it as a gift of life, I get to do this, I get to cook, I get to do my laundry, and rejoice that you actually can do it. Only after I lost my legs did I realize how wonderful my life was when I could get out of bed by myself. I could stand up and go wherever I needed to go. Only after my left arm was paralyzed did I realize what a treasure it is to have both arms working. When you can do whatever you need to do with no questions asked. You just do it. Many people don't even think about it. They just do it and they take it as a given, as it's normal. It's not normal. It's very easy to lose it. I lost it all overnight. And only when I lost nearly half of my body overnight and had to continue my life moving in a wheelchair did I realize how happy I was just because I was healthy and able to be self-sufficient. How happy I was just because I was able to get out of my home with no problem and go to any place I wanted, that I could work, I could earn income. So many things I took for granted. When I remember those times when I felt irritated and unhappy about simple things, it just seems pathetic to me. Oh, how I wish to be self-sufficient again. And so I vowed to myself that I would learn how to do things by myself and become independent again. And just as I shared in my video earlier, my achievement of walking with prosthetic legs shattered my old beliefs of what I could do. And then I have begun my journey towards independence. And I gave myself no option but to find a way, period. And even today, often I find myself, even though I could ask my friend to help and it would be faster and easier and she would gladly help, I find myself, first of all, asking myself, what if she wasn't here? I would have to do it myself, right? So, okay. So try it. Try to do it yourself. And, interestingly, when I look for ways, very often I find it, just as the Holy Scriptures say, seek and you shall find. Only the matter is in determination and the mindset that I can do it. We ourselves make ourselves disabled only because we think that we cannot do it. And actually, many body-able people disable themselves by not taking action, by thinking that they are not capable or that they are not able, that they are not good enough. Actually, I would encourage you to challenge yourself. Try to do what you think that you cannot do. Just try it. Do all your best, all that you can do. Try to do what you think you cannot do. I have found so many ways to do things independently because I challenge myself to do it. I challenge myself to do things with one hand when normally it requires both hands. I challenge myself to transfer, to do things that require, when it required it. People normally, they stand or they walk, but I challenge myself to transfer somehow, to move when I don't have both legs. And only because I was not afraid of it and I did not say no to it, but I challenged myself to win the game, to find a way to overcome it. I encourage you, challenge yourself, and you will see the biggest battle is actually in your mind. You can do so much more than what you think. We become our own enemies only because of the way we think. If you think you can, you can. And if you think you cannot, you will not. And don't tell yourself, I cannot do it. See, here is the trick about finding a way. Now after so many years, I see one very important detail that helped me to find ways. When I needed to do something with one hand, in my mind, I did not ask myself, can I do this? Instead, I asked myself, how can I do this? Because your mind, it responds like the questions you ask yourself, right? Your mind needs to find the answer. So when you are physically disabled, right? Or not even physically disabled, just simply like your challenge is too difficult at first hand to overcome, right? So when we look at the big problem right away, we say, oh no, I cannot deal with this. Oh no, this is too much for me to handle. But when you look at the situation and instead of asking yourself, can I? Ask yourself, how can I? So when you ask yourself how, your mind needs to find you the answer. So can I? Well, no, you can't. It's too much. It's too big of a problem. Or you are disabled. No, you can't. But when you say to yourself, how, then your mind starts seeking for the answer, seeking, how can I do this? What is the way? And as simple as it seems, this is the key to how I'm able to do things independently for so many years. This is the key how I manage all my difficulties and overcame my obstacles and difficulties and problems that made my goals look impossible. I overcame them because when I face the challenge, when I face a problem, I ask myself, how can I manage it? How can I resolve this problem? And I focus on the solution. That's it. And I give myself no other option but to find a way. And I found them. So you will. So you will too. It all comes down to our mindset, how we think about ourselves and how we think about the situation where we find ourselves in. So challenge yourself and prove to yourself that you can do so much more than your limiting beliefs tell you. Okay, so here is the end result of my bed. And I'm happy I was able to do it myself.